Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kyle here with another Guardian Tales video. And in today's video, I want to talk about how good is Garam. I ended up pulling him and then instantly taking him to 74 on the first day. And I've used him for a week straight. And I want to get an idea of just how good he is. Probably should have made this video a little sooner, but I figured better late than never. We still have some time to pull for him if you actually want to do so. Maybe this video will help with deciding that. Ran him through a whole bunch of content and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on him in Arena, Coliseum, and then just other random game modes as well. So the first thing, my initial expectation for him was, I didn't think he was going to be tanky enough to actually survive an arena. I just thought he was going to be too squishy. I figured, yes, he was going to do a ton of damage, but I wanted to actually see how much damage he's going to do in person, see how he feels, see how good his animations were, stuff like that. But I figured for the most part, he was going to get kind of bodied in arena, especially by the more tankier teams like Future Princess, Ogma, stuff like that. Like they would be able to just box up on him or just completely run him down depending on which characters, like Eugene, for example. And then also, I didn't really like his team party buff. I actually have a Max Bianca. I wanted to try that out. So I was curious to see how that would work, but I didn't know how well that would actually do. Also, if you have Marina, I think that's a pretty natural thing. I think a lot of people have a Max Marina if they're going to, choose a character to go with. So having that synergy could pair well. I wish I could test it. I have no way of testing it. I don't have a Max Marina. So that was my expectations for Arena. And then I was curious to try it out because usually when trying out these characters, there's always stuff that you find that you don't really necessarily will figure out just from theory crafting. So then my initial expectations for Coliseum was I thought he was going to be pretty good. I wanted to kind of get an idea. I wanted to try him with other comps. Like I wish I could have tried him with Marina, but I did have Bianca. I wanted to see how good him and Bianca were. I wanted to see how good he was just as like a DPS replacement, maybe him with Maya because I have Maya as well. So I had a couple options to try, and then also I have Nari, so I could try the Bianca Nari Garam combo. I could try like a Maya Nari Garam combo. Like I had a lot of options to work with. The only tank I really have that's maxed is going to be Ogma, and I think that's fine. I wish I had Future Princess. I see a lot of people do the combo with Future Princess and Ogma. I wish I could try that, but my Future Princess is not fully maxed yet. I had a fully maxed Future Princess that I'm taking away for Garam, and I want to see how well I do because I want to say I got like top 200-ish in Coliseum last season. And then I wanted to see just how good he would be if maybe go with like a triple DPS comp or maybe like a healer 2 DPS and then Ogma, see if I end up falling in ranking or if I do actually better. So that was kind of my thought process going in for Coliseum. So those are my initial expectations. Actually getting to use him. In the beginning, when I was using him in Arena, I was just getting completely bodied. I was getting run down. I didn't feel like I was doing enough damage. It just wasn't working out. And I was like, okay. And it didn't work out. Like him and Bianca, I just felt too squishy, especially comparing to going from like a team comp of Nari, Future Princess, and Ogma, Bianca, and Garam. It just wasn't nearly as survivable as what I was used to. Couldn't really brawl with people. I felt like I was always running around. I didn't do enough. Near the end of the first week of using him, I ended up just going full on damage. Like I had put my best accessory that just did pure damage. His attack, I didn't try to hedge my bets on making him kind of survivable for Arena. I just wanted to go full on damage. And my whole goal was to just burst people. And then I actually kind of had some success there. I feel like I would have more success if instead of having a team of Garam, Ogma, and then X being Bianca or Nari, I wish I could have had Marina. And then I feel like there would have been a lot more synergy there where you'd have the 2 tanky characters, you'd get the health boost, you'd get the water boost from Garam over to Marina. I think that would be a good synergy there. But what I found was I would put Garam in the first slot, and then I would just go for just bursting people out. I would hope that they would like start Nari. I feel like a lot of people start Nari to try to counter Future Princess. So I would just go and try to burst her. I actually weirdly had success against Baris. I thought for sure I would get like 2-shot by Baris, but they kind of take a second to charge up. So if you just run at them and surprise them and do a ton of damage, you might be able to get away with it. But a lot of times I just ended up losing to Baris. I think it's really gear dependent. I wish we could see just how much health characters had, just so we could kind of get an idea if we're overgearing them or undergearing them when we're like fully limit broken. Like I wish there was a way to see just how undergeared or overgeared you actually are. So we could get an idea if this is actually a successful thing or not. And the only thing we really have is, oh, I'm limit broken, you're limit broken. But there's still a massive potential disparity between those two characters. Even if it's the same character and you're both fully limit broken, there's still a whole bunch of other factors that can get in the way of that. So it's hard to evaluate. But over time, I found that some people I would get completely bodied by, some people I could burst out. It just really depends on how stacked they are gear wise. I would say he overperformed in arena. At first, he bad, if not worse than what I was expecting. But by the end of it, once I kind of figured out how to use him, I thought he performed pretty okay in arena. He's definitely not, I would definitely choose Future Princess over him. Reason why I'm comparing the two is because I'm not using Future Princess this week because I switched out the trading group for him. I think ideally you wouldn't want to make that choice. You'd want to have both, especially in arena. I think Future Princess, it's just really hard to, if you have her, like it's really hard to justify not putting her in an arena team, in my opinion, at this point. I think she's just really good. Ideally, I would have had her as well. Now in Coliseum. And I think Coliseum is where he was expected to do the best. And also, he still exceeded my expectations. He's absolutely disgusting in Coliseum. Coliseum team, I thought I had a pretty good team. All right, Bianca, Agma, and Future Princess. Solid team. You know what I mean? But I was like stuck in like the 200 ranks. But then once I replaced Future Princess for Garam, I also ended up getting Maya up as well in the meantime. So, you know, Maya is also a very good Coliseum character, so it's kind of hard to say it's not a perfect test here. But so the team comp I ended up running was Bianca, Garam, Maya, Agma. And then I was like solidly top 100 for the entirety of the season. I think he's absolutely incredible. Like if you look at the DPS numbers, it's like stupid just how much damage he does. One of the big key takeaways I took from him is like his range is so much higher than a lot of the basket users that are dominating the meta. You see a ton of Nari, you see a ton of Maya, and you also see a ton of Bari in Coliseum. So him being a bow user, that his range starts so much further away, and then he does AoE damage. He does 20% more damage when he's solo targeting. His chain skill hits super hard. He just brings like everything you would ever want in a Coliseum character. And he's going against characters that counter him. Bari is a very popular character that's Earth character, but the type difference doesn't really factor because Bari's going to be on one side. Garam has such good range, he's going to be on the other. Very rarely do you ever see them interact with each other. It's usually just a race to see who could beat the tanks, and the tanks in this meta are Future Princess and Agma. That's pretty much all you see, especially in the top 100. I'm on NA World 2 server to give you an idea where I'm at. If it's my Garam versus any other character besides their other Garam, he's always going to do more damage than them. I don't even have him as the main person. Like I put Agma as the leader to give him more health, and then just have him casting, and he just does crazy damage. He's so good. He's definitely as good as advertised. And if you're struggling in Coliseum, I would really consider pulling him here. I think he's very good for Coliseum, especially if you have synergy with like, if you already have a maxed Marina, or if you already have a maxed Bianca, then it just makes it even more worth pulling him, because I think the synergy is very good there. Even though I think right now the main meta team, I think the best you could do in Coliseum at the moment is going to be Maya, Garam, Future Princess, and Agma. I think that's the way to go. But I have seen success with people with Bianca, Garam, and then, you know, maybe Marina. I think it's hard to get away with that because Marina just gets melted by Bari. So that's why, even though that there's synergy there with all three, that's why she doesn't really work. If you have Agma or if you have Future Princess, either way, those are all going to be very good choices too. After using him, to answer the question, is he worth playing? I think yes. I think he's a very good character. I think he's not like an auto pull. Like I thought Future Princess was like an auto, just go all out pull for. Let's say you already have a max Bari. Let's say you already have a lot of max range characters and you don't have good tanks. Then maybe not. Maybe you probably blew all your gems on Future Princess. You know, for example, you're just getting her up. You might have her, but you're just getting her up. I think that's going to be a situation where you might not want to. For most people, I think the best thing to pull for is what roles you're missing. And I think he's absolutely top tier in the role that he fulfills. So if you're missing a really solid range DPS, it's going to obviously be worth pulling for. It's kind of my opinion. Also, just kind of random things I can't really think of where to put in this video. They put out the light tower. And I want to apply that because I'm assuming what they're doing with this. So they have the light towers. It's the season of the light tower currently. And then I'm assuming they're going to do like a water tower, a fire tower. You know, like they're going to do these towers as the game goes forward. As we're seeing as early as stage 20, there's a massive difficulty increase when we get there. And if you watch the videos of people beating late 20, late 30, I believe like 36 is a crazy one. They're all these max limit broken characters. But the key thing is the damage requirements are so high. And that means like good weapon skill damage, good chain skill damage. That's a really good way to make sure you're going to be doing as much damage as possible to these bosses, because a lot of these are time gated. It's not just can you beat it, but it's can you beat it in a certain amount of time. For a water tower in the future, this character, Garam, is going to be insane for something like that. He's going to be super top tier. Like, so for example, characters that are really good in the light dungeon are, you know, Eugene, for example, because she does, 500% chain skill damage, whereas Garam has a way higher attack modifier and does 475% chain skill damage. So he's going to be very useful for something like that. So I just think long term, even, he's a very good option to pull for as well. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you agree, disagree, my opinions on Garam. If there's anything else that I missed that you feel like you want to share, be sure to leave those down in the comments below. And with that, you guys have a good one. Peace.